Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I'm going to head up to, you know what, let me cut through. I don't want to wait for that red light. Let me cut through Shell. I know this is bad form, and it's not something I should do, or anybody should do, but I'm going to do it anyways. Let me get past all these lights. So you can cut through this Ace Hardware parking lot. But I'm going to drive to Jewett City, not on 395 this time. It's going to be brief. Well, I don't know about brief. It's going to take me a little while to get there. I'm just going to breeze through Jewett City. I want to grab some super wide footage. I have a little time to kill right now, and my philosophy is there's no such thing as too much footage. Is basically why I'm going to do this today. Plus there's some decent clouds in the sky and the weather conditions are perfect for this. But I'm going to, like right now it's 73 degrees. Man, that's great. I'm going to, with super wide view, I'm going to drive. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut right now. I'm going to, what is this? West Town Street. I'm going to drive to Jewett City, but I'm, again, not 395. It's my usual route that I take, much easier than this route that I'm taking now, but for super wide, I want to get as much coverage as humanly possible. Super wide is the angle of view and the scope of what you see in front of you right now being a lens that takes in a tremendous amount of data, both left, right, up and down. In a 360 circle, it's just a massive amount of coverage. You can see things much better on the left and on the right. I don't know about much better. There's more of the left and right houses and things, landmarks that you can see much, much, much better. So let's see here. I think I'll go through... I think I'll go down city. I'm trying to think here. Okay, I'm going to make a complete stop just to prove a point. You know, it looks like I roll through a lot of stop signs, I noticed on my YouTube videos. Now, I may not come to a complete 100% stop. Like right now, I'm 100% stopped. I'm at a red light. I don't have a choice. If I go through a stop sign, I stop, but it seems like I'm rolling through the stop sign. The reason for that is, I mean, I might not come to a complete 100% dead stop. That may be true. That is true, probably. But the wider the lens, the more amplified the movements, the forward thrust of the vehicle. When I slow down at the stop sign and then I briefly look, left, right, nobody's coming, then I proceed. That super wide lens, or any wide lens, has a tendency to amplify that feeling of movement. It's almost an optical illusion. It's not, I'm not making excuses here. I'm just, giving you some technical reasoning as to why that appears to be the case in many, just anybody that watches my videos on a regular basis will say this guy, doesn't stop at stop signs. And you have a point, a complete stop. I challenge almost anybody to come to a complete stop at every single stop sign. Now, I'm at a red light. There's a motorcycle in front of me that I can't obviously keep propelling forward. That's just, or I'll hit the person. But when you get to a stop sign, no one, it's subconscious. You don't really think about it. You think, okay, I've come to a complete stop. You probably didn't. In most cases, you probably did not. You probably, the momentum of the vehicle pulled you, slowed you way, way down. You seemed like you stopped, and then you started again. So there was never a complete, I mean, if you want to come to a complete stop, right now I am dead stopped. But if you go to a stop sign, stop and then count to 3, literal 3 seconds. You know, obviously you look so you can go. But when you can go, count to 3. Let's see how long you can do that. I challenge anybody to do that consistently. It's just not, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm sure, you know, anything, it's doable. I'm just saying it's not common. This, you know, again, this lens is amplifying dramatically any tiny movements that I'm making in this vehicle. As we drive down Washington Street in Norwich, Connecticut to Jewett City. So I got to go through the city completely. Make an unusual stop. I'm assuming somebody's turning left onto Mohegan Road. That can be tricky because there can be a lot of traffic down here. Somebody has a bumper sticker, the Book Barn, on their that Jeep directly in front of us. Now that's a great place to buy used books in Niantic, Connecticut. If you're not familiar with it, I mean, this is way off topic. Not that there is any specific topic with any of these videos, but if you've never been to the Book Barn in Niantic, Connecticut, and you like used book browsing and buying used books, that place is the best that I've ever been to. You will not be disappointed. It's old barns and things like that, real rustic. It's just absolutely phenomenal. There's a variety of ways I could get through this city. I think, I mean, I'm in Washington. I'll probably go on Broadway. If I wanted to, I could get on McKinley. I'm just going to breeze through the city real quick. On my way to Jewett City. Wow, they're still doing work. They're doing a lot of road work down here, NFA. Probably natural gas lines or something. I don't know. I'm speculating, but... So, yeah, I'm on Broadway right now. This is the easiest way into the city. This is the easiest way into the city of Norwich. Now, let me take a left. I can pretty much do anything I want here. And then I'll take McKinley Avenue into the city from that angle. There it is, McKinley Avenue. I'm on Broad Street. Whoa, detour. Well, I guess I blew it. That means I gotta go straight. So there's some major thing going on down on McKinley Avenue that has the road blocked off. Well, we're just gonna keep going straight on Broad. You never know what you're gonna run into on these drives I do. Let me look down there. I can't see anything, but the road is closed. Now, I'm going to try to work my way back over to McKinley. Maybe I'll see a sign up here that guides me back. I mean, I can get to where I'm going anyways, but let's see, Spalding. I don't know if I think the road work is probably further down. All right, this is Grove. That Grove is a one-way street. So I'll end up finishing. I'm going to just go up the length of Broad. I'll hit some of Boswell. I'll hit some of Boswell Avenue and then get into the city that way. A lot of road work lately in Norwich. Again, the assumption is it's natural gas lines. Do I know that for sure? No, I don't. Taking a right onto Boswell Avenue off of Broad. But we do have the super wide view on the camera, which has a tendency to pull in so much data that it's can be overwhelming. All right, so they're done with the road work in this location for now. I mean, it's a tricky little spot right here. Okay, this gentleman's parking, so I'm going to just pull around here. All right, so we're getting into the city. Okay, I'm going to come to a complete stop. 1, 2, 3. That's unusual for me. My next, okay, I haven't done the stop sign. This is a perfect example. Another stop sign, as long as there's nobody in front of me and I can actually... All right, so normally I would do this. I would look at this gentleman, whether he's going to turn. Well, now I have to come to a complete stop. Okay. I was going to do an example, but couldn't really pull it off right there. Okay, we're at the roundabout, you know, the rotary, as some people call it. But I'm not, this is one of the rare times I'm not going to do a full 360 around this thing, because I'm heading to Jewett City. I'm on a different mission here, but I'm on Main Street, right in the heart of Norwich, Connecticut right now. Former Chelsea Savings Bank right in front of us. The police want to move there, the Norwich Police Department. That's the proposal, but the citizens of Norwich have to vote on it. So it's not a done deal until the citizens either approve or disapprove of the project. My understanding is a $50 million project. So, you know, okay, now to the right, briefly, is the YMCA. It's been fixed up and redone, and it's coming along fantastic. And I'm going to go straight. If you look right, you can see that drawing or artist rendering. I don't know if this lens can pick it up, hopefully. The artist rendering of the retail space and what it's going to look like. It's Modern Construction Incorporated, I believe, is building it. I think they're going to have offices in there. But anyways, that's something definitely to look into. I think the drawings and the architectural mock-ups are online. So if you do a search, you can check it out. And it's going to be really beautiful. I am on the east side right now. East Main Street, Norwich, Connecticut. I am going to go on to Hamilton Avenue. Definitely an unusual way for me to get to Jewett City. You know, something I wouldn't ordinarily do. So, okay, we're on Hamilton Avenue right now. By the way, it's 2:29 p.m. in case anybody's interested. All these little facts seem, you know, kind of meaningless and mundane right now, but in the future, somebody watching this video, you know, 25, 30, 175 years from now, those little facts might matter. Boyd's Used Auto Parts to the right back there, if I went up that road. But all of these little, you know, seemingly, whoa, that's dangerous. That guy just passed. He made it, but it's kind of a risky move. This is not this is not an area you want to be passing cars in front of you. I mean, it's illegal for one thing. And extremely hazardous to your health and life if you make the wrong calculation. As we proceed forward, on Route 165, otherwise known as Hamilton Avenue, in this location. Okay, we're moving out of Norwich. We're into Preston right now. We're in Preston, Connecticut. I have a full comprehensive drive that I did. It's pretty long, where I drive all over the place around Preston. I'm not an expert on Preston, but I covered a lot of territory. I mean, just, you know, miles and miles and miles of back roads of Preston. The main roads, the back roads, there's wineries, it's a lot of beautiful, some of the scenery in Preston is some of the best in the area. I mean, massive, beautiful fields, rolling hills. I mean, it's kind of mind-blowing, some of the areas. There's Old Jewett City Road if I took a left over there. Cedar Crest Drive to my right. You know, different things. A Baptist church up here on the left. Man, somebody built an incredible tree fort over there. Back there on the right, if you want to re-rack the video and check it out. Route 165. Let's forge ahead. Speed limit is 45 miles per hour. We're holding steady at 73 degrees. Yeah, there's a wine trail. If I took a right on that road, that last road back there, there's a wine trail up there. A lot of hidden gems in Preston. It's not a heavily populated town. I think the Preston residents like it that way. It's nice, quiet town. Let's see, what are we getting to over this hill? There's farmland to the right. It looks like a hay field that's been recently chopped up. You know, there's little fruit, vegetable stands, fresh eggs. You know, we're out in the country on an absolutely perfect, beautiful day. The heat wave is over. The 97-degree humid heat wave that we had is over. It's 73, it's clear, it's dry. Wow, big bales of hay over there to my left in that field in Preston. This is real world, you know, country. Okay, Preston City. I just crossed into this section is apparently called Preston City. As we approach a big cornfield on the right, Kingdom Hall Church. Okay, this cows grazing over. I don't know if they're feeding basically at a trough on the left over there. Wow, the corn is bone dry. See, we've had a drought. That is really sad to see. A lot of real dry corn back there. Okay, this corn up here on the right looks much healthier. But what a shame. It's a big high school. What is the name of this thing? Preston Veterans Memorial High School to the left back there. Fleming's Feed and Hardware to the left. Wow, more dried out corn. These farmers took a real beating this year with that drought. I mean, it's not the worst drought we ever had, but it was a, true blue, officially designated by the National Weather Service drought. A couple of years ago it was worse. I don't know if it was 2 or 3 years ago. It was devastating, but this was significant this year. All right, I'm going to take a left. There's a sign right there, Jewett City. By the way, if I keep going straight, I'll get to Providence, Rhode Island. Okay, there's a church to my left. What is it? Okay, Preston City Volunteer Fire Department. The church, the name of it is Preston Congregational Church. I'm trying to look around. I got to be careful because there's traffic. But another nice scenic road. Let's see, cornfields on my right. These look in good shape. Although, I don't know. It's a massive field. The field to my left, some of it looks yellowed out, so that's not good. Route 164. Another beautiful scenic road as I head to Jewett City. Beautiful barns to my right, red barns, open fields on the right. I'm going to assume there's probably cows, horses. Not seeing any at the moment, but I would expect corn prices to be elevated this year due to the fact that a lot of the fields back there, the drought looks like it did significant damage. I am now on Jewett City Road. This isn't going to be one of my, super long videos. It'll be long enough, but I did a 2-hour plus the other day covering New London. That was fun. And I did that on this same angle of view, super wide, where you can just absorb a tremendous amount of footage in New London. I just went over Broad Brook, and I'm sure it's real low right now. But this is a beautiful ride. I mean, this Jewett City Road is in Preston, heading to Jewett City, Griswold is absolutely a must. I mean, if you're a city guy, if you're never get out of New York City or whatever, you want to take a ride out in the country, this is one of your roads right here. Especially, you know what? In the autumn and the fall season, when the foliage is, peak, I highly recommend this particular road right here. It's a hidden gem. All right, we just crossed the threshold into Griswold. The sign is On the left, it's a little banged up. I don't know if there was an accident or something. It's a little tricky to read. It's slightly askew, but we're in Griswold right now, heading to the Jewett City, the borough. All right, more cornfields in front of us to the right. And these look a little healthier. I mean, I see some yellowing. There's a farmer back there selling corn out of the back of his truck. Look at these beautiful winding roads with the beautiful blue sky and the cornfields. I mean, this is New England slice of Americana right here. People that live around here, like, you know, we take it for granted, but, you know, personally, I try not to take it for granted, but, you know, when you live here, you can get a little jaded and used to it, and you just kind of space out. River Ridge Golf Course over there to my right. It's a restaurant over there. More beautiful winding roads ahead of us. $40 miles an hour, we're heading to downtown Main Street, Jewett City. That's I want to sweep through that a little bit. Preston Road, that's the name of the road I'm on right at the moment. It's a big Exxon gas station to my right. It's relatively new. It hasn't been there that many years. I mean, if you haven't lived in this area for, 10, 20, 35 years or whatever, obviously that thing was not there. Here we get the green light. We're going to take it. Oak Tree Village to my left. I believe it's a housing for elderly individuals. If I go right, it brings me to Patchogue. If I go left, to Jewett City. So, obviously, we're going to go left. Wait for this red light to turn green, take a breather, take a look at my camera. It appears to be recording video. And we're just gonna quietly approach Jewett City. Jewett City High School on my left. It's relatively new. Plainfield is 8 miles if I keep going straight. Griswold Public Schools. Sign on the left. I'm on Slater Avenue right now. I think I'm going to cover, there's a flea market down here. It's an old factory. If I can just sweep down there briefly. I kind of want to get that, with that really wide lens on there, I want to get the historic Slater Mill. This is, there's different businesses in here. Gibson Music, I see a sign, New Era Shower Enclosures. Let me see what else. Above the Clouds, crystals, herbs, candles, bark and bubbles, looks like a pet, grooming. Okay, there's your flea market, open Sunday 9 to 4. That's kind of a famous flea market in this area. Down here is Two Sisters Shipping and Business Center, New Era Shower Enclosures. I'm just going to go to the end of this parking area. It's a dirt or gravel or whatever it is, and turn around, just get a look at that mill with this super wide angle lens. All right, there's one look. Actually, let me go over. If we have the lens on the camera, we have the ability to take a gander at a big giant mill, Slater Mill. We would be remiss not to do that, not to take in the scenery. So there it is, right there. Leon's Auction Gallery is a big sign there. And flea market, okay, there's another sign for the flea market. Hopefully that gets everything in on the Slater Mill. A very, very important mill, you know, back in the old days when it was firing on all cylinders and being used for its, I'm not really sure what they did there, you know, silk or something. I don't know what it was. If anybody knows what Slater Mill did, textiles or, you know, whatever the case may be, let me know. Wedgwood Apartments on the right. That was just a brief pit stop. I gotta get down to Jewett City. I gotta get down to Main Street. All right, let's take a look here. Now, what is I'm crossing over a river, the Patchogue River. Let me look at it. Even that looks low. It's trickling. All right, this puts us into Jewett City. The Jewett City Library, that beautiful building to the right in the distance. That's always been a favorite. That's one of my favorite buildings in Jewett City, just from an architectural standpoint of it. They don't build them like that anymore, okay? I don't know the year it was built. I don't see anything. There's a plaque up there. It's kind of far off. I can't read. I'm not going to be able to read that. I'd love to know the date that I believe it's called Slater Library. Yeah, it is. Slater Library. I'd be curious as to when that building was constructed. Let me see if I can glance over there. I just can't read it. It's too small. There is a sign there. I'm on Main Street right now in Jewett City. This is why I want to do this drive. I want to do a super view. I'm going slow. People behind me are probably not too thrilled as I slowly cruise up Main Street in Jewett City Savings Bank. There's all kind of businesses. I can't name them because it's just there's too many. Dean's Corner, right there to the right. It is now, there's a sign that says Dean's Diner, but it also says Dean's Corner. So, Jewett City Municipal, I think, Center on the left. It's hard to read. There's some signs blocking. So let me get off Main Street for a second here and get on to East Main briefly. and work my way back to Maine. If I keep going straight, I'm going to hit Hopeville Pond State Park. I have some serious coverage at Jewett City if you want to check out my channel, the videos that are there. But I'm going to get back. I'm going to look for a left here somewhere. Okay, right here. I want to get back to Main Street. Again, I can't do comprehensive. I don't have the time. I did this, unusual way of getting to Jewett City, which afforded us some pretty cool, super wide views of Preston, Norwich, downstate, whatever. Just different roads and everything. This Faust Street is brand new pavement on this road right here. Okay, this is going to bring me down. Now I'm on Lenox Avenue, so Faust blends into Lenox. And this, okay, wait a minute. I gotta keep my eyes open here. This is going to put me out onto North Main Street. Another very, very significant, very important street in the borough. Well, Palmer Avenue to my left, in the borough of Jewett City. Zuckerbron's used to be down here on the right. It's no longer there, but that... Talk to anybody that knows anything about Jewett City in the last, I don't know, 50 years. Zuckerbron's, they've been there. It was a great place. St. Mary's Parish, let's see. You got... I just can't name. I'd love to. I just can't name all the businesses. It's virtually impossible. All right, so let me get down Main Street in this direction. Jewett City Savings Bank on the left, 2:51 p.m. according to their clock, which I believe is accurate. So let me cruise down here a little bit. I want to get maximum coverage of Main Street, which I did, but again, I want to do a little bit more than that. American Legion building down here. Okay, wait a minute now. Can I turn right? Or what is this thing? Is this a road? What? I'm not 100% sure if this leads... Is it a dead end? I have no idea. Okay, Railroad Avenue. Again, I was not born and raised in Jewett City, so I don't know all the, the back roads and the ins and outs. All right, I know where I am now. I want to get up to Main Street again because I'm pointing the camera at the buildings, and we should be able to get top to bottom a lot of these really nice old buildings. Now the building on the right is the Maynard building. I did not know that. There's a sign up top. It's a cement plaque. I gotta go left. I want to get back. And I want to point in different directions if I can. Let me see. I'm going to pull into the post office, turn around so I can point out. It's a little unorthodox, but all right, so let's see. The building in front of us, there's no name on it. It's all kind of being redone. There's like new windows, new siding, a lot of, it's under new management, financing, big plans, USA Savings Bank. So there's something going on there. Charlene's Diner is down on my right. Boy, I have to go left. This is going to be tricky. There's nobody coming on my right. Let me see if I can pull this off without... Wow. All right, I'm going to take a right. Turn around, try to get some more views of different buildings down there on Main Street. Okay, what is this here? This is some church. Okay, River Church. Quinnebog River Church right there, that building. There's a lot of parking and plenty of room for people to go to that church. All right, so there's a church or former church, I believe. There's no sign in front of it. It seems to be unoccupied. I think it needs restoration, obviously. Right in front of us, that car is blocking a little bit. I got a stop sign, so when I get up there, when this person moves along, it could take them a minute to get out of there. To my left is Phil's Clocks and Repairs. So if you need a clock fixed, there's not too many of those folks around anymore. Anyways, there's that, I don't know the name of it, former church, as I try to squeeze out of here. Okay, let's see. What does this do for me? If I go up here, entrance only. This is interesting. Jewett City greenhouses, right smack in front of me. Another important Jewett City landmark. It's fully active, florist, all kind of, what they specialize in certain, plants, flowers, and all the vegetation and everything. Let's see, I'm trying to work my way out of here. So there's Jewett City Savings Bank to my right. And across the street is the Jewett City Pharmacy, the former State Theater, very, very important landmark in Jewett City. A theater that was really just, crucial and loads of entertainment and fun for people that lived in Jewett City for many, many decades. Big time movies, Gone with the Wind, Wizard of Oz, big, huge blockbuster showed in that theater. All right, there's some more of the greenhouses, the Jewett City greenhouses. I'm going to turn around. I think I did got some pretty good views of the buildings on Jewett City. As far as I know, it's the best I can do under the circumstances, without getting too crazy. All right, let me turn around over here. There was a factory here several years ago, maybe, 10, 20 years ago, whatever it was, burned to the ground in one of the most spectacular fires. This building survived right there, that beautiful brick building, but the rest of the factory burned to the ground in one of the most spectacular fires in southeastern Connecticut history. As far as I know, no one was killed, but they had linseed oil in the wood that, kind of acts as an accelerant, in many ways, I believe. So this is I'm going real slow. It's green light. I hope it turns red just so I can get good. Dean's Corner on the right, and there are law offices, I believe, to the left in that pale yellow building. Okay, Jewett City Municipal Center on the right. I hear church bells. I'm on Ashland Street, by the way, if I didn't mention it. So it's 3 p.m. right now. I'm going to do another sweep through Main Street. It's what I wanted to do. I did it. And then I'm going to drive back to Norwich. Green light. But we saw some kind of important, landmarks. 76 degrees. So it's ticking up a few degrees. As I slowly, nobody behind me, as I very slowly cruise down, you get your post office. Oh yeah, Anthony's Hardware on the right. Phenomenal hardware store. Old world. You go in there, they actually help you. You go in and you say, I need this type of bolt or something. Those guys will actually direct you to the thing, and it's not like Home Depot. You walk in, you're on your own. I mean, there's some help at Home Depot, but it's limited staff. Ace, or the hardware store back there, that's a dying breed. Those places like that don't exist much anymore. Let's see, at least around here. Patchogue River, I'm going over that right now. This bridge brings me over the Patchogue River. So we're in Jewett City now, but we're going to be into Lisbon. Okay, we're in Lisbon right now. And I'm going to be driving home. Driving back to Norwich. I fired this thing up on West Town Street, and I'll end the video in the same location. Big sign, construction ahead. I wonder. Road work, fines doubled. A small business district right here. Better value supermarket, package store, gas stations, whatever. That type of thing. I could get on 395, be back home real quick, but I'm not going to do that. I'll take a more scenic drive. I got a red light here. Take a more scenic drive. This is River Road. River Road, I think, will bring me all the way to Taffil. Yeah, it'll bring me to the Taffil section of Norwich. Over the Shetucket River. A lot of new construction down here. If you haven't been to Lisbon in the last 20 years, and this area that used to be basically a cornfield is now Home Depot, Walmart, Kohl's, Lowe's, Target, Chili's, Aldi. I forget about it. I can't name them all. Michael's, Petco, Ulta, Famous Footwear. I could go on and on and on. There's stores in and out of here so often that it's, some stores move out, they don't make it. Other ones move in immediately. It's a very popular place. It's added a tremendous amount of traffic and business to this region, this, local, concentrated local area. But not too many years ago, there was nothing over there but a cornfield. Dogwood Drive back there to my left. I'm on River Road. I'm just going to lock in on this thing and head all the way back. So we're up to 77 degrees. We started out at 73. It's 304 right now, so it's, you know, it makes sense that it's kicking up a little bit. Barber Farm Road, back there to my right. Relatively new development as far as I know. And to the left is Round Hill Farm, Palmer Brothers. Currently they have hay for sale. Bundy Hill Road to my right. Very steep hill. Quinnebog River to my left. It merges with the Shetucket not too far up the road. Norwich Lumber Company to the left. It's another old school lumber company. I mean, the big Home Depots and the Lowe's of the world are trying to, you know, have a tendency to stamp out places like Norwich Lumber back there, but they're hanging in there because they're good. The service is phenomenal. The products are top of the line. And if they can't get it for you, if there's something that's not in stock and you have specific needs, they will take good care of you. They will not let you down. Route 12, River Road. Speed limit 45 miles per hour. There's a train track to my left that leads to the oldest, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, train tunnel in the country. Maybe. I've walked through it. I got a video walking through it. It's a cool video. Not to brag, but I kind of like that video. I want to reshoot it with a different camera, but I walked right through the tunnel, and it's worth seeing. The tunnel, if I parked here and took a left, I think I would just climb right on top of the tunnel, somewhere in this vicinity right here. I'm not sure the exact location, but it's to my left. If I, again, stop and went into those woods to the left. And there's really good fishing down there. There's actually smallmouth bass in the river back there. I've caught years ago, but I caught smallmouth bass out of there. All right, so we're going to hit the bridge right now. This is the Shetucket River, and to the left is a train bridge, but it merges. Okay, we're in Norwich right now. The bridge merges with the Shetucket River merges with the Quinnebog at that exact location. There's a power plant up there. Let me go through. I'm in Taffill, but I'm going to, rather than go through the city again, I'm going to take a right. I'm on 97 North right now. 3 miles ahead is Ockham. I have comprehensive coverage of Ockham. I got comprehensive coverage of every road in every town, anywhere, Norwich and the surrounding area. And if I don't have it, let me know and I'll cover it. More than happy to take requests. I've done a few specific requests in the past from long-time viewers. And I'm more than happy to take requests that I can do if it's, you know, reasonable. I mean, if somebody tells me to go to, you know, New York or Vermont, or that's not going to happen. I'm southeastern Connecticut. I'm on Norwich Avenue right now. And we're approaching, Panema Mills will be on one of my favorite buildings. One of my all-time favorite buildings. Panema Mill. Now it's Panema Mill Loft. And that's on the right. I think I'm going to pull in there because I have this super wide. Right there. Those towers is beautiful, glorious. I'm going to pull in there, go through the parking lot, pull out. I'm obviously heading home, but I'm here. Let's absorb some of this Panema Mill feeling. Gotta make sure I'm going down the right way here. This is kind of a tricky park. Anyways, look at that. Oof. I love that. I love that building. That building was empty for many, many, many decades. And then somebody bought it and rehabbed it top to bottom in basically an award-winning fashion. I mean, it's glorious. Talking about repurposing. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I'll stack this restoration up against anything in the country for this style of, factory conversion. Let me see if I can work my way back. I got a stop sign up here. Let's see. I'm not going to come to a complete stop, just for illustrative purposes, what I was talking about earlier. Can I go down here? Is this... Yeah, this is legit. There's arrows. I just want to get some of this mill in. Look at that thing. I mean, it's mind-blowing. I mean, I lived in Norwich my whole life, so I remember this thing being completely unoccupied. It was occupied by a few small businesses that ran out of there, but it covered, 5% of the entire place, maybe 1% of the whole place. At one point, that place was, I think, a silk mill or some textiles or wool, whatever it was, many, many years ago, and thousands and thousands of employees walked to work, lived there. Lived in Taffhill, right across the street. I'm going to drive through Taffhill, and worked right there. There's a lot of great pictures I found last year, I think. I discovered them on the web. I do not have physical copies. Okay, this is a little bit tricky. I'm going to let this guy go. Go ahead. All right, let me jump across. Okay, so this is Taffhill. It's probably one of the buildings there, part of Panema Mill. Maybe some store, company store, whatever. I'm speculating. This is Providence Street. To the left and right, you see mill houses. They're really nice. They're little apartments. Well, they're not that small. They're apartments, like a duplex, two-family. Some are bigger than duplexes. And workers live there. I mean, imagine that. You live there, you walk to work, you get out of work, you walk home. You're there in, 5 minutes, you're home on foot. So Providence Street currently, but it quickly blends into, just waiting for my GPS to morph over into Merchants Avenue. So now on Merchants Avenue. But I am heading back to basically West Town Street, where I started the video, and I'll end the video there. So Merchants Avenue, Merchants is going to blend into Harland Road. Just kind of in the middle of the drive, and all of a sudden it snaps over and you're on Harland Road. let's see, what time? It's 3:14 p.m. Down to 75 degrees. A little fluctuation in temperature. Not much, but a couple of degrees. The reservoir in front of us. Okay, so now we're on Harlan Road, right now. Hunter's Road to my left, another important Taffville road. Now, whether the whole Hunter's Road is in Taffville or not, I'm not sure. Part of it is. Part of it's probably just in traditional Norwich. I mean, all right, let me see here. I'm working my way back. I'm going to take a right onto Wayne Street. Okay, this is the Norwich Town section right now. We just crossed into the Norwich Town section. This is Wayne Street right here that I'm turning onto. That'll lead me over to Canterbury Turnpike. Wayne Street is a beautiful street with a lot of really nice houses on it. Stewart Road. I'm about to take a left onto Stewart Road. I am now on Stewart Road. That might matter to a historian 750 years from now that's watching this video. In the future, you know, you say, going over the archives. All right, I gotta be really careful right here. I gotta be real careful coming out because sometimes people come flying over that hill. Off of Stewart Road, I am now on Canterbury Turnpike. As we approach our final destination. Our final destination is West Town Street, somewhere around the Shell gas station. You know, once in a while I see cars coming at me on the opposite side of the road, and they drift to the left and they drift to the right. My speculation is that they are texting or doing some kind of communication, social media, whatever it is, as they stare at their cell phones and they're not paying attention to the driving portion of their situation. I'm going to go on record as saying that's a big mistake. That's one thing I've absolutely never done. I've never contemplated doing it. Is texting, driving, any of that. Anything, you know, when you're driving, you drive. I get tens of thousands of miles I've done on these videos. I've never encountered any hint of me getting into an accident or me doing something, you know, blatantly dangerous as far as driving is concerned. I mean, I may venture into some tight spaces in different areas behind buildings here or there, but the paying attention to the driving is something that's lacking and a certain percentage of the population, now that social media and the advent of the iPhone with texting is so prevalent, people are addicted, they can't get away from it. You have to prioritize driving when you're behind the wheel 100%. I mean, there's no, there's no negotiations there. It's when you're driving, that's the ball game. So we're on West Town Street, and when I get near Shell, this video will be officially over. This video will cease to exist. It will lead to the very end of this drive, this unusual cruise to Jewett City Main Street, trying to zoom in on some of the buildings with this super wide view that this camera is giving us. Friendly's on my right, Dime Bank. 77 degrees according to Dime Bank. My car says 75, so it's in that range. Just a super nice day. There's a gentleman that just looked at my camera. It's a magnet. This camera is a visual magnet for bystanders. He's got music playing in there. I can't hear it. As long as I talk, that should allow me to, keep away from copyright violations. Hopefully you can't hear it. Hopefully it's not being picked up loud enough. I mean, YouTube takes one note and you will be kicked or you'll be unable to upload the video. Not a criticism, it's a fact. So West Town Street, Shell's up ahead. And we're going to close up shop pretty soon here. This person's turning onto 395 south. Hey folks, listen. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming along with me. Hope you enjoyed it.